Y'all see that awesome rainbow chicken coop behind me over there? We're going to do a tour of that this morning. Hopefully meet some of the chickens. This is the Bach Mahal. The story behind the name actually comes from an episode of The Brack Show. Brack and Zorak stole the neighboring school's mascot, which was a chicken. And the chicken's name was Mr. Bach. And so, loved the episode, decided it was a good name for our coop. Also, our rooster, who is a very large white Brahma, his name is Bagak O Brahma. So, considering he is the king of this coop, kind of had to be named after him a little bit. Also, that's where the name of our farm came from. So, anyway, so this door stays open all day, every day, until the chickens put themselves to bed, and then I close it up at night. This door generally is shut unless we're cleaning. So, a little backstory about this interesting piece of 2x4 structure here is actually to keep the dogs from going in here and eating the eggs. Shane came up with this idea. It's very easy for us to move. There's a screw here that goes all the way through into the board on the side. And there are 2 nails in the bottom, here and here. And basically you pull up on this and you can move it out of the way, which I'm not going to do right now because it is a little bit tight. And you get the idea. So inside we have this perching, roosting situation that we just recently, within the last few months, changed from the original design, which I will show you the branches out back in the run that used to be in here. We had a bunch of really cool, gnarly branches that we cut off some trees and set up in here for the chickens to perch on. But it was a pain in the butt because they were attached permanently with screws. And when I got in here to clean, I have to stand up in here. So I had to stand up in between the branches, and it wasn't very convenient. Now, this contraption that Shane designed, if you can see up in the corner, on both sides, there is a piece of, I guess it's 2x6, and there's 2 blocks side by side. One is slightly shorter than the other, and then the top bar is actually a piece of PVC pipe that sits in a notch up there. And then these are just pieces of scrap wood we had laying around that are the rails, and then we found some pretty straight branches in the yard and made the perches. The awesome thing about this is that I can slide the entire thing standing straight up across the back. So I can get in on here with the shovel and over there and scoop everything, and I don't have to bump my head or have anything in the way. What else we have in here is we actually have 6 nesting boxes. There are 3 on each side. And there are some ladies in there right now. We also have this wooden planter that I don't use anymore because the bottom broke on it. We had the feeder in here, and we're doing the feeding a little bit differently these days. So when we had it in here, those of you who remember, we had the newer, not the newest hens, but the hens we got before this crew now, preferred laying their eggs in the feeder bin. So we put this in here instead, and it's obviously working. Over here we have free feed crushed oyster shells for whenever the chickens need extra calcium. And in the middle here is actually a drop-down door, which is currently closed off from the run because we have the new young hens. The three young new hens are hanging out in the run for the next probably couple of days before I let them kind of venture out. We got them last Sunday, and we're actually getting at least three more, I think, this coming Sunday. So we'll have a pretty nice new crew coming in and helping us with the egg situation over the next month or so. Hello, Snowy. This bucket down here is actually just their grains. I'll show you guys the storage sides. This is where the snakes usually hide out, or in these sides. Thankfully, there's not one in here. This one just has the crushed oyster shell and some nesting box mats. I actually put reuse like feed bags and cut them into 1 foot by 1 foot squares to go underneath the actual mats that are in the nesting boxes. So I have a mat, and I got these off of Amazon and then just cut them to fit our boxes. The mat goes underneath, so if an egg breaks or any kind of liquid, it's easier to clean it. I just take the whole thing, the mat and the liner underneath out, and soak it in a bucket of water, hose it off real good, let it dry, and put it back. These are actually wooden eggs. This one got chewed up by Boogie, but these are, instead of buying the ceramic ones, I got the wooden ones because the dogs were getting them, and they were making me nervous biting into ceramic. This is Seuss. She's being broody right now. Yeah, I know. It's alright. Yeah, honey, it's okay. She is one of our younger hens. She lays green eggs. And for the life of me, I cannot remember. That's a wooden egg. I cannot remember what breed type she is, but she's named after Dr. Seuss, Green Eggs and Ham, since she lays the green eggs. On this side, we have another storage panel here, or cubby, and I've just got First Saturday Lime in here, which is awesome for the coop for deodorizing, and it helps keep pests, mites, and stuff away. We also have some mealworms in here. Got my homemade lime sprinkle shaker. And then we have apple cider vinegar that is already pre-mixed with garlic oil, which goes in, well, actually it's garlic juice, goes in their water and also in the dog's water trough / pool. It keeps mosquitoes from laying their larvae in the water also. And then we've got some natural bug spray to keep mosquitoes out of the coop. I spray the wood occasionally. We've got Wonder Dust in here, which is amazing for all kinds of cuts, scrapes, and wounds on all of your farm animals. Had some layer boast in here. I'm not really using it anymore. And then all of our chickens actually have fun colored bracelets with charms, which I guess you can kind of see. So I bought these off of Amazon. And everybody has their bracelet with charm except for the brand new hens, which will get theirs once they're out free ranging. And then over here, hi honey, we have a broody turkey who's like the meanest one. Oh, well, I disturbed her. Alright, put your tail in. Come on. Thank you. So it looks like we've only got 2 broody hens today. We had 4. Okay, so this is the run. We originally built this run, I believe it's 6 by 20. So it's 6 feet wide or 8 feet wide? I don't know. It's wide. And it's tall enough for me to walk in. So I think it's 6 feet tall. It's just the 2 by 4 or 2 by 3 fencing and some T-posts. And Shane made a nice sturdy door for it with some nice heavy-duty hinges, and we have it closed in on the top so hawks didn't come in. Okay, so my phone overheated very quickly. It's probably close to 90 already out here. Anyway, quick tour of this. So the branches I was talking about that were in the coop are all out here now. For when the young hens are living out here, and also when everybody's in the regular coop and they're not separated, that door in the bottom of it stays open, and the hens can come in and out as they please early in the morning or whatever. Something else to note in here is this really cool outdoor nesting box. Fresh air nesting box, I don't know, whatever. I had seen somebody made some fresh air nesting boxes for their chickens who lived in a hot climate, and I thought that's a really good idea. We had this antique cast iron sink that my friend Jess gave us, and we basically just turned it into a dual outdoor nesting box. It has a little roof and an old wire rack shelf for the ramp. That is a wooden egg, and actually that's a rock, but the chickens think it's an egg. Until the babies were in here, Turkey was out here being broody in this, specifically because I moved her out of the coop to get her to not be taking up a nesting box for someone who actually wanted to lay an egg. And these are the 3 new babies under here. They're still very skittish. One of them is an Australorp, and the other 2 have no butt feathers. They were in a situation where all of the young ones were picking each other's butt feathers out. So they will grow back. It'll just take quite a bit of time. There's our dark Brahma hen. Her name is Shelly O'Brahma, since she's going to be Bagak, who's way down there, her partner. Anyway, these 2 darker ones, or the bigger ones, for some reason I can't remember what they're called right now. But anyway, we got them last Sunday, and probably this Sunday we will leave the gate open for the run and let them kind of come out and explore. Hi, Shelly. What are you doing? No, you're not going in there. You don't need to go in there. We also have a misting system set up on here, which I'm going to be moving elsewhere since they don't really spend that much time in the run generally. I'm probably just going to hook it up like around our tiki hut or something, and we will have a story about that at some other point in time. But that's about it for today. If you have any questions about the coop itself, you can leave a message. If you have any questions about the coop, you can leave a comment.